Hold on a second. Where did all these new subscribers come from? What the hell happened in the 2 weeks I was gone? I'm not complaining or anything, but that's some kind of magic there. What the fuck happened? Someone explain this to me. Hey guys, I'm Light Melody, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Theory. The game is Awakening, and today we're gonna look back at Severa, Nigh, Inigo, and Brady. Or, well, that was the original plan anyway. Now it's just Severa and Nigh, because I'm splitting this into 2 parts, or else this video is gonna be mega long. Anyway, the reason for doing these redos is because I might have messed up on some facts about different things, both genetically and with certain characters as well. So I'm gonna redo basically most of it. And yeah, the whole hair thing was kind of a mess up because, well, I haven't taken biology in years. But that's fixed now. So there are a few new things we're gonna have to look at and keep in mind during this process. So, again, thanks to Mug of War for pointing out the hair thing, and this next thing. So, I did say hair colors like green, pink, blue, and so on are rare colors like white, except white is a natural hair color and it's not your hair going gray. No, white is an actual hair color. But I came to realize that these other hair colors can actually be considered a second set of natural hair colors in the world of Fire Emblem. So here we have our normal everyday real life hair color chart at the top and all the other hair colors at the bottom. Blue hair, or as I like to call them, brunettes, is one of the most common hair color among Fire Emblem characters. We got Marth, I, Chrom, Lucy, Ephraim, Erica. Not that Erica, the other Erica. There we go. So blue is common. Purple we can consider as blonde, and I say this because, well, I agree with Mog of War here. If Camilla did not have purple hair, she would more than likely have been given blonde, like Elise. The only reason she isn't is to show that all of their mothers are different. Yeah, Camilla, Leo, and Elise have the same mother, and only share Garen in common with Xander. At least, that's what I'm getting from the story. God, Fate's story was a fucking train wreck with plot holes a mile long. Fanfiction writers can make a better story! Whoops, that got the better of me. I'm sorry. I hate Fate's stories. I'm sorry. I had hopes for Fate's, but that went down the drain quickly. So I'm gonna try to keep this short so we can get through this part and the next part so we can finally get to Cynthia. So I'm gonna have to talk as fast as possible.
Oh, can I help?
Morgan? What are you doing here?
I want to help.
Wouldn't that kinda be considering breaking the 4th wall?
But you've called me the 4th wall before, and I've broken it several times on this channel already.
Okay, I get your point. Fine, Morgan, you can help.
Yay!
Okay, Morgan, give it your all.
Alright, so let's start with my buddy Severa again. First, let's take out Stahl since he's Noir's dad and we aren't redoing her. These are who Cordelia can marry, and just like last time, looking at both her and Severa, since they sport red hair, we need to get rid of all dark-haired people. So that's Frederick, Keelam, and Lon'Q. Now, let's see. Cordelia's hair is kind of a mix of curly and straight hair. Not really straight like Mom said before, but Severa's hair is still a lot more curly than Cordelia. So her dad has to have curly hair, taking out Varian, Gregor, and Gaius. Now to sum up the classes as follows. Sevi's classes are Mercenary, Dark Mage, and Pegasus Knight in Awakening. As Selena, she retains both Mercenary and Sky Knight, Pegasus Knight. Now, looking at the classes for Vike, Dono, Rickon, Libra, and Henry, out of them, Vike is the only one that doesn't share a class with Severa. But Severa also has a better handling in magic than Cordelia, so her dad has to be good with magic. We can count Dono out since none of his classes have to do with magic, leaving us with Libra, Rickon, and Henry. I'm sure we can all agree on this one thing though. Severa loves shopping. I mean, I saw her with like a wheelbarrow full of stuff she bought the other day. And in her supports with her dad, she likes that her father will spoil her with stuff like that. I can see them spoiling her and then scolding her and then reassuring Severa that she doesn't suck at anything compared to her mother. But first, let's look at both Cordelia's and Severa's growth rates. Cordelia is... Okay, Cordelia is better at everything than Severa, so that's not gonna work. Well, I've come up with an idea involving growth rates, and it may be a bit confusing, but let's go through this slowly. With HP, Rickon is the only one with a lower rate than Cordelia, and no one has a number in common with Severa. Strength. Everyone is lower than Cordelia, with only Libra and Henry having the same number as Severa. Magic. Everyone is higher than Cordelia, and no one is in common with Severa. Skill. Libra and Rickon have lower numbers than Cordelia, and Rickon only matches Severa when he's a Dark Knight. Speed. Everyone is lower than Cordelia, but no one shares the number with Severa. Luck. Only Henry is lower, and no one matches Severa. Defense. Rickon and Libra end up lower than Cordelia, but only Rickon as a Dark Knight match Severa. And resistance. Henry and Dark Knight Rickon are lower than Cordelia, and only Dark Knight Rickon matches Severa. So now that we did this, Dark Knight Rickon has the most in common with Severa, but let's add that together with stats that they're lower than Cordelia in. Libra has 5, Henry has 6, Mage Rickon has 5, and Dark Knight Rickon has 8. Wow, that's a lot. If you combine both of Rickon's rates together, you'd get 13, which is an unlucky number, but that doesn't matter since we'd be focusing more on his Dark Knight rates. Since Libra has the least, we can count him out again, leaving us with Rickon and Henry. We're back here again, so convo time!
I'll take this since I've been called a shipyard master before.
By one person.
That is true, but creativity is my nature.
I'll just wait for the next one.
So once again, let's start with Rickon. The conversation between both Cordelia and Rickon is a bit weird for them to get married to each other, since Cordelia is looking after Rickon's well-being during marches and battles. This is stated also many times in their supports, but the relationship is more of a brother and sister kind of relationship, because it's also stated in the support by Cordelia herself, and it really just gives that feel of awkwardness if that's how she sees him, and then immediately gets engaged to him. That is a bit weird, Cordelia. With Henry, this one again seems much more natural in the way of how it flows. Now, I know Henry was changed quite a bit from his Japanese portrayal, but for now, we are sticking with the English version of Henry's personality since I'm much more familiar with that one. Again, Henry might be a bit weird, likes things that involve death or zombies, but in the supports, he is trying to cheer Cordelia up from the fact Crom is married or has someone in his life. It's one of the times we get to see Henry is actually trying to show feelings of worried, caring for someone, and trying to be funny in a way that isn't poorly timed. So it seems Severa's dad is still Henry. I mean, the dark magic thing would fit if Severa is supposed to be more experienced with magic than Cordelia. And I can see Henry falling into Severa's shopping spree traps often and then scolding her for tricking him. Anyway, on to Na. Morgan?
Okay, so Na is a dragon. Her mother is a dragon. Her hair is green. Actually, her hair is blonde. Thanks, Mob of War, for this idea. So why blonde? Well, with Naui, we can see a bit of blonde out of her green hair, which is why Na's hair was green. But it's also green because since neither of them are human, or, well, Na's half human, their hair is a parallel for their shiny dragon scales. In light, Their blonde hair reflects green. You can also see this with Tiki a bit at the tips of her hair. Might just be making this up, but it's a theory. It's what's supposed to happen in this series. If that's true, then we are still looking at less common hair colors. So the usual four are out and Henry. Na's hair looks more straight, but it looks like it could be another combo of straight and curly, but it has more properties of straight hair. But curly hair is dominant. Could be Na just styles her hair like that so that her hair is more straight. Oh god, this is confusing. So, no one is out? Oh, I know. Let me introduce the other hair color set. This hair color guide is to help you with all the hair colors you guys don't see naturally. In Fire Emblem, the most common hair color is blue. Varian has blue hair, so he's out now. And from there, let's see. Well, everyone else seems like they can stay, assuming Na just really likes brushing her hair and putting it in braids, which wouldn't show how curly her hair really is. Now on to classes? Though Na inherited Mannequin from her mother, her other classes are Raven Rider and Mage. Out of Vi, Donald, Rickon, Gaius, Gregor, and Libra, only Rickon and Libra fit the whole mage aspect. The Raven Rider side could be due to the fact she was raised with a foster family and she learned it there. Or for all we know, Jerome. Probably when they were kids? I don't know. But it is interesting she's actually just a half mannequin. Anyway.
Well, this is different. Let's see, with Naui and Rickon, their supports are cute. And see, Rickon is taking blame for a fire Naui accidentally started in her sleep. In B, Naui keeps a secret about how Rickon lost his temper at some townspeople for disrespecting Crom. In A, apparently the Shepherds have arrived in a town that was in the middle of a wedding. They stayed and celebrated with them and ate food, even though the people didn't know the Shepherds, and it reminded Rickon of the harvest festivals. Naui says she loves festivals because it doesn't make her feel lonely. And Rickon promises when the war is over, they'll go all over the world and see all of the different festivals. And the S support has Naui guessing what's in a bag Rickon has. Eventually, she guesses it's a ring, like from the wedding in the last support. And Rickon explains it's his family's ring and wants to marry Naui. Naui asks if he isn't worried that she will outlive him, only for Rickon to reply with the fact that their love for each other will live forever, even if he gets old or she outlives him. Now, on to Libra. In C, Naui wants a piggyback ride from Libra, only to find out he has a scar on the back of his neck. Libra says he doesn't want Naui to touch it because it will hurt him. He got this scar when his parents abandoned him as a child. Being clingy to his mother, he had to be pushed off or taken off harshly, which when he fell, led to the scar. Due to that event as a child, he states it reminds him of that painful moment in his life, and it's why he is distant from others. Naui says she wants to help his heart, but doesn't know where it is in humans. Only for Libra to reply he's forgotten where it is as well, since he's afraid of what's been inside of it since it's been so long forgotten. So Naui figured she'd help him find it again. In B, Naui is trying to find his heart by literally touching his body. This leads to Libra laughing, and they figure out he's actually quite ticklish, mostly because he has avoided human contact for years due to losing trust in people and fearing them from that event long ago. Naui comforts him by saying she was afraid of humans, and she still is a little bit, but says there's as many bad people as there are good ones. You just have to find them. Libra does want to overcome his fear of other people, so Naui comes up with the idea of introducing him to others in camp. And this is exactly where we pick up in A. They're going around camp trying to introduce Libra to everyone. The next place is the storehouse, and when Libra asks why, she says because it's almost supper time and many people will be in and out of there. This is when it occurs to Libra that he never thought about who made his food for him. He just ate and never thought about who made it or the effort that went into it. He thanks Naui for making him realize that. And in the S support, it picks up where it left off in A. It starts with them finishing meeting everybody, seeing how nice everybody was. But Naui asks if she can touch his scar and if it will hurt. Libra isn't so sure, so he has Naui test it. Doing that, he said it feels a little ticklish, but also that he has kind of a warm and tender feeling from his chest. Naui puts some facts together, realizing it's the same place where he was hurting, so it must be his heart that was found again. With the two being happy and finding Libra's heart again, Libra asked if she'd like to spend more time together. Naui thinks it would be amazing, and Libra takes out a ring as a proof of his love. Naui accepts it happily to be his wife. Okay, that was a lot, but from this, I guess most people would say Libra fits as Na's dad due to the similar nature with being a priest or praying to a god kind of ordeal. However, there was a few facts we learned from Na's background that would not make sense if Libra was her father. We know Na was sent to live with a family friend. She was basically an orphan at that point because her parents died since they were amongst the first. However, she was treated badly while staying with this family. Yes, she helped around and she did as she was told, but she was mostly ignored for being a hybrid of a Manakete and a human, and because of this, for a long time she felt lonely and abandoned. This whole situation would make no sense if it was Libra. Libra, having been in this exact situation, I don't think he would leave his child in the care of someone's family like this. Now, it does say one of her father's army friends. Could be the case the person he left to take care of Na sent her to a relative instead of his immediate family. Maybe because they were closer at the time, or they had no family of their own. That would explain the whole indifference to her. But I still think Libra would take time to get to know his friends and family well. Because if you're leaving your child with someone, you better damn well make sure they aren't going to be mistreated in any way. And Libra would definitely make sure of that. So that would leave us with Rickon. Now you can quite possibly make the same argument for Rickon or any other character really, but out of those available, it might make a little more sense in this case as Rickon might not take as much caution about who he leaves his child to. The friend is someone he was in the army with, so it could be anyone, could be someone he knows, a friend, or a family friend who joined the army to help. If that's the case, the hate towards Na would make sense, because she would be a breed of a Manakete and of a human who was once an aristocrat in title who fell to the role of the common, since we know Rickon joined Crom to help restore his family name. I'm sure we've seen this before in many fictional stories and movies and shows, where the rich become the common and the other wealthy people see the once rich as the normal commoner. This would apply well to Na's condition as a hybrid and that disrespectful family she unfortunately had to live with until she joined Lucina. Now, with all of that being said, that is the end of part 1. I was going to do all 4 of them in this one video, but I figured that would be too long, and the script is already 6 pages. I'm telling you this right now, this isn't even written in the script. But unfortunately, I had to cut it short. If I didn't get sick, I might have done all 4 in one video, but I want to get this out as soon as possible, and if I continue to write this script even longer, I will end up confusing myself. So, this is part 1. Expect parts 2 at some point. I'm not sure. I still have to go make the next episode of Ties of Fate. I still have to continue uploading regularly. There's no shipyard wheel. It's sad to say. The shipyard wheel will return when we finish the whole Cynthia deal, but we gotta get through the second part first, so I'm sorry, but that's how life works. So with that out of the way, if you like this theory, check out the Noir theory. That's the only one I'm not gonna redo out of all the theories I did. And the Morgan theory, I'm not redoing that one either. I will, however, go back to the Morgan theory, not the twin theory, but a different theory that is found in both Awakening and another Fire Emblem game. So I will cover that at some point. But if you want to check out the other stuff that I do song covers that come from both anime and video games in both English and Japanese. If you want to see more of my voice work and more of my writing, please go check out Ties of Fate. It is an audio play series on HarmonyNet Studios. The channel should be popping up at some point on a card, and you should go check it out. The cast is fantastic. We have most of the cast still intact from the beginning 2 years ago running. I've taken inspiration from many different places, including Fire Emblem, including Final Fantasy, including Sailor Moon, including SAO. I have taken ideas from the popular and the unpopular, the overpopular and the underpopular, and have managed to make this world. Go check it out. I would appreciate it, and so would the cast if more people got into this. So please go check it out. And lastly, I hate saying this, but I must. If you like the things that I do and want to support me, please go to Patreon. Now, I don't have a monthly fee or anything, a monthly goal that I should achieve, because I don't live by myself. Currently, I still live with my parents. Sad to say, I do want to go live somewhere by myself, but I just don't know how, and nor do I have the money or resources to do that. Right now, I live in an apartment that just decided to have everyone pay the electric bill. And I've lived here 10 years, and we're just having to pay the electric bill? What the hell? Why you guys want to do this to us? Next, you're gonna have us pay the water bill. Oh shit, why did I say that? I regret everything! Hell, my bedroom door does not have a lock, nor does it want to stay on the goddamn door properly. It will come loose and fall off the door, and then I have to screw it back in because the doorknob is literally just a hole. I have a crappy life apparently, but I love it. But I do want to move because I can't stand my parents. I am ranting. Why am I ranting? This is the stupidest outro I have done. I am so sorry. I don't know if I'm editing this out. I don't know. But if you enjoy this, go to Patreon. This is the stupidest shit I've ever done. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling on. Bye-bye. I'll see you in part 2 and the Cynthia Theory. Bye.